Hi, Paul Slackers, Good News Broadcast, speaking to Diana KUEN. Hi, Diana. How are you?
I'm well. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm very honored to have you. You're doing very good work. Do you work? Are you a writer? Are you a reporter? Or what do you do?
No, I've done some publishing, but no, actually, I'm just in marketing. This is just a personal mission I'm on right now.
Okay, the reason why I asked that is because I see here there was something in the New York Daily News.com in sports, and we have a link over to that, and something about a paralyzed somebody named Blake Hunt, right? And,
right, exactly.
It's a concerning story and about a gentleman, but it's an upbeat, positive-minded story. And tell us about what's going on. There's going to be a fundraising event at the Prohibition Bar on the Upper West Side. And tell us the good news here about helping somebody in need.
Oh, fantastic. Yes, well, there was a Daily News article that ran back in 2008, and it was a story about Blake Hunt and his struggles. Blake was a junior in high school, and he unfortunately was paralyzed during a high school football game. And this kid really, truly wanted to make something of his life. He's an inner city kid, but he's the kind of kid that would go to school on Saturdays if he could. He was a B student. He had dreams of going to St. John's. And unfortunately, when he was right after he was paralyzed, it became pretty clear that he had no money, no help, no resources, and no family to help him. So he was put into a nursing home, which is pretty tragic, but what I've learned is out of the 11,000 spinal cord injury victims a year, but there's still about 6% that are forced to go into nursing homes and group homes because they have absolutely nowhere else to go. So poor Blake would have had to go out in the streets had he not gone to a nursing home. So, on one hand, he's being taken care of, which is wonderful, but honestly, he is just one of a huge population of young people, of spinal cord injury victims that will fall through the cracks, going completely unnoticed unless they get just a little help and support, because right now he has no resources whatsoever. He is in a wheelchair that is actually it's extremely old, it's extremely heavy, it's too small for him. I recently brought him for a visit to the hospital not that long ago to get measured for a new chair, and really it just broke my heart. The chair is actually making his condition worse. And basically, in a nutshell, the fact that he's at Beth Abraham, which is the state-run facility, insurance won't pay for a new chair while he's there. So he's forced to use whatever handout they give him, and they have very little resources. So if he doesn't get any help, he will never get a new chair. So it's become my mission to buy him a new wheelchair. And that is what the event on January 21st is all about.
How much is a wheelchair?
We're getting him an ultralight wheelchair. The entire wheelchair altogether is going to be about $14,000.
Mm-hmm.
The ultralight chair, which we're getting him, it's very custom, but it's interesting. I've learned so much about wheelchairs lately, more than I ever thought I would.
Sure.
There's so many, specifications. So although I'm saying custom, I don't mean like it's the Cadillac of wheelchairs. It has to be for someone in his condition. And that is about $6,500. And then to add on these power assist wheels, which will give him a little push because he's got very crippled hands, those are an additional like $7,000 to $8,000. So it's not cheap, and it's like buying a car, but it really, truly will change the quality of his life forever. Sorry, go ahead.
No. How'd you get involved?
A couple of years ago, actually through Penny Marshall. Penny Marshall is very good.
Shemizel.
Yeah, Laverne. I know she hates that.
Does she? No. Well, whatever. She can hate whatever.
No, I'm just kidding. She is absolutely an amazing person, and she's a good friend. And unfortunately, a friend of hers was a victim of a hit-and-run accident a couple of years ago, and he was at Mount Sinai. So when she would visit him at Mount Sinai, she would also go and visit other, people on the floor, and Blake happened to be one of them. And Blake literally stole her heart. And I met Blake shortly after that. Penny introduced me to him. So Penny is definitely a force in his life, a positive support in his life, but she's based out in L.A. So after I met him, he stole my heart as well, and and I do whatever I possibly can for the kid, because he sincerely has absolutely nothing. I mean, I'm the only one who visited him on Christmas Day. I bought him, a bunch of stuff, but what struck me most is a hat that I bought him, and he put it on his head. It was one of those furry trapper hats, and you would think the kid just won the lottery. He's like, "Oh my God, Diana, I want to sleep in this." He's like, he looked at me like so sincere, and he's like, "Wow, my ears get so cold when I go outside." And I'm like, because all he owned was a baseball hat.
Wow.
Right. So anyway, I can go on forever.
It's all good. It says here that he has a girlfriend. Is that so? He still has his girlfriend?
He has
Are you his
a girlfriend. Yes. She is amazing. This girl is so inspirational. She lives in a homeless shelter. She's got cerebral palsy. Right. She graduated early from high school at the age of 16, straight-A student. But she, too, they're both orphans. And like I said, she lives in a homeless shelter, and she literally wheels herself to school every single day. And the two are inseparable. So if she's not at school, she's up at the hospital sitting by his side.
Wow, this is beautiful. Well, this is gorgeous, and it's definitely good news, and good Samaritans, and overcoming obstacles. All the real heart-to-heart kinds of thoughts are connected to this. So you're having this event to raise some money, a fundraiser at the Prohibition Bar and Restaurant. That's on about 84th Street in Central Park West.
Yep, exactly. Columbus, between 84th and 85th.
Oh, you're right, Columbus Avenue, right?
Yep.
And it's Thursday, January 21st. Sorry, right?
Yep, it is, exactly.
And go on.
I was going to say, people can go to supportblakehunt.com, and that's where they can find information about the event, and there's also a donation page on there as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're doing good. So this must be a very emotional and uplifting and concerning all together, right? You've gone through a lot of different emotions, I'm sure. Right.
We're going to be giving him a wheelchair the night of the event. He has no idea. So I don't think there's going to be a dry eye in the house.
All right. We're going to be there with our camera, and thank you for doing this. As they say, when you help one, you're helping the world. So, Diana, congratulations. Last question. What's good news for you?
Just being on this broadcast. You know what? Being on your program is wonderful, because what you're doing should be applauded.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, we do it because of people like you and because of the Blakes of the world, and it's all good. So congratulations. Thank you very much. Look forward to meeting you next Thursday, January 21st, at Prohibition Bar, and people can go to supportblakehunt.com. Great. Thank you, Diana.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.